Hey, speakers, you know that it's Speak to Lead season, which means it's time to make sure that you are ready to use your voice. Today is going to walk all through your blocks, how we're going to get over them, auditing your personal account of choice, your personal professional brand, wherever you're leading people from speaking, and also the must haves when it comes to speaking. Don't mind my squeaky chair. Let's get started. Now to walk you through, of course, I have to always share. Let's see if it's going to move over. That I'm Gabby. For years, I've been cultivating community to lead to meaningful places, bringing them on a journey alongside me, whether it's through the recording studio that my husband and I built back in 2016, No Plan B or NGN. Every single stage I walk onto, anytime I use my voice, it is for a purpose. Colombian, I'm Norwegian. I grew up playing sports, so I'm big into teamwork, community. And that's exactly what I want you to think when you're a speaker, is you are a part of a team. Now let's start talking about what you need to have. Before I even go into today's prompts, you're going to absolutely need to have an updated professional headshot. Updated as in we can tell who you are, okay? It's not something that's AI generated. It's not something that's taken from your phone unless you have some sort of professional level quality. Use a personal branding photographer, sign up for one of their VIP days or one of their drop in headshot days and get a professional headshot. So, why did I say we need an updated professional bio? An updated professional headshot of you standing. We also need a bio. So, in yesterday's email, you would have received our bio template. Fill that out and send it back to me if you have any questions or want any critiques. You need to come with your topics in mind. When you want to pitch yourself to speak or when someone asks you to speak, the last thing you want to do is, what do you think I should speak about? You should know that. You should know your business so well, you should know yourself so well, and you should get to know the audience that you know exactly what you need to say in order to have them start on your journey as well as make a meaningful impact on their life. Now, let me go really quick to a quick audit that we want to do. Authority starts before you're even handed the mic. So if an event host, if someone with opportunities were to look at your profile, what would they think? Would they say, this lady has an audience, she has a message, and she is walking in her purpose? Would she be able to look at your profile and say, this is the fit for what we've been looking for? The questions that you need to be asking event hosts or people who have those opportunities for you is, tell me about your audience. What do they need to hear from me right now? Tell me a little bit about the woman coming to this event. What are they going through? What message do they need to hear? Right? Another way to word that. Second question. Thank you so much for suggesting me for this speaking opportunity. Out of curiosity, what made me come to mind? That allows you to have context. What is it about you that this room is the one that you are the one who should make the impact? That really details the kind of topic we're going to give them, the kind of call to action we're going to give, because we have to understand where the women in the room are. You also have to know that 9 out of 10 speaking opportunities means that you can't sell from the stage. Selling from the stage is where you talk about one of your offers blatantly, blatantly, put the number out there. Traditionally, you can't unless you own the event. If you do not own the event, you are borrowing the stage, which means you have to be polite. You're like, what do you mean polite? Of course, I'm always polite, Gabby. I bet. But if you come off too salesy, you might lose that opportunity and you lose the relationships. So we want to ensure that you also ask that question of, what are your rules and boundaries around selling from the stage? But another one you want to ask, listing out your usual topics. Does one align with your event outline? Here's also a little bit of like a red or yellow flag for you. If they don't know any of these things, you got to sit. Send me a DM, Gab. Someone asked me to speak. I asked them those questions. They didn't know how to answer any of it. Send me their account. They're probably brand new to events. It's something for you to consider, is if you're ready to speak on a brand new stage. Okay. They probably need a little help. Again, Authority starts before you're even handed the mic. And event hosts are sitting there thinking, what value will she bring to the table? Does she have an actual audience? It made some of our attendees yesterday happy to know that we don't care about follower size. We care about impact. Are you responding to people? Are people engaging with your posts? Are you interactive? Are you out in the community? You have to know that you have to echo the values of the stage that you're about to be called on to. So again, we need that professional headshot. We need the bio. We need you to know your topics. And we need to do a little bit of a quick audit on wherever you are saying is your professional personal brand. Now let's walk through the real work of today. It is unbeknownst to everyone that if you don't share your blocks that you have around speaking, we're going to feel it and we're going to see it. Shame, fear of judgment, what will they think? I want you to sit down and ask yourself the question, what is my intention behind public speaking? Okay, first question, what is my intention behind public speaking? Now, let's go to the second question. What block is sitting right in front of me that I know I have to overcome? What is that block? What is your block? What is it? I want you to write it down. Okay? We have to identify the blocks that are holding you back because you're either going to build with them or you're going to stay stuck behind them. We all face challenges in life. They were never meant to be something that was going to overcome us or crush us. These blocks are things that we have to build with. They give us purpose. They give us the ability to walk into a room and openly show that we've been through it too. But if we overcame it, then they can as well. And here's the honest truth. We want you to speak. We want you to speak. Your audience, those in your family line, your ancestors, everyone around you wants you to speak, wants you to find your voice, wants you to use it. Because a well-supported woman who is using her voice is a powerful one who's making an impact on the world. So here's a question. Someone calls you up on stage. What should your introduction sound like? What title should they use for you that would make sense, that can actually get you followers, aligned clients, and makes actual sense? The reason I say that is because if your title is too high level and you're speaking to a room of women who don't understand it, they're never going to get it. I'd rather the easiest title in the world that people can actually understand and know how to work with me over a hard title that no one wants to ask, but they have no clue what it means. Now let's walk through some of the challenges that I've faced. I myself am a sexual assault survivor. I have very limiting beliefs around money. Pregnant at 23 with my boyfriend, and I thought I had it all figured out. I didn't, and here I am, 3 kids later, coming up with 3 months of background in 2 weeks. Back in 2023, my husband and I went through a short separation period. I needed to find my identity. I've been with him since I was 18. During that time, things went a little rogue. Finances were one of them. And we were stuck in some precarious situations that I vowed from that day forward to never find myself in. And thank God I haven't. 2 debts thrown into collections, albeit they weren't all that large. But getting that letter from the court saying that you were about to get sued over a debt was hardcore. We paid it off though, all said and done. Almost divorced. Yeah, I was someone who almost got divorced back in 2023. I had all the papers drawn up. But then I stopped forcing myself to take over the driving wheel, the driver's wheel, and allowed some other people to sit in the front seat and gave myself a break. So I'm not. Owning your story means owning the fact that you decide what gets to get shared. So I want you to write out the challenges that you have faced, and I want you to go back to this initial question. What does your audience need to hear right now? What does your audience need to hear? I want you to go back to this question. When I asked you the question of what your block was, what came to mind? What story came to mind? Do you know that your audience probably needs to hear about how you're actively going through a block that you're almost on the other side of right now? I want you to think of a story that you still feel the emotional pull of, but are very close to the other side of. We want stories that allow you to tap into the version of yourself you know you are becoming, one that you are still connected to, one that still means a lot for you. And we have to speak from a scar, not a wound. If something is so fresh that is compelling you emotionally again and again and again, we need to sit with it and refine that message. Again, what does your audience need to hear right now? So before we ask the event host that, we need to ask ourselves that. What does my audience need to hear right now? What are they going through? What story would give them hope, motivation, inspiration? And then how am I also nurturing them? Building like, know, and trust so they can go to the desired space to find that transformation. Now, we can tie any story back to an offer, but if you have no story, then your offer is probably just sitting there feeling like it's collecting dust. So where are you leading your audience to? Your personal audience. And then the next question is, where will you lead other audiences to? This is speak to lead. So we're here to lead. Leading is forever. Let's begin with the end in mind. And I want you to pick one place that you want to drive people to. One, do you want them to follow you on Instagram, where you promise to nurture them? Do you want them to go to an email list? Do you want them to go to your website and grab a freebie? I want you to consider that as we go into day 2. So thank you for joining us for day 1. It was such an honor having you. Main prompts that I want you to sit with are these questions here and identifying your blocks. Okay, in today's class, we're going to be clarifying our story, picking our topic list, making sure that our bio looks correct, and also picking out spaces where we should be actively speaking. So I'll send over today's replay once we're all done. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you remember that you have impact that is happening. And again, we want to see you speak.